This is my old 2002 V6 Mustang. The video probably no one really cares to see, but since I'm going to start probably reviewing cars as another series on my channel, might as well start somewhere where I'm familiar with. And this 2002 V6 Mustang, I am all too familiar with. Now on the exterior, personally, again this is all going to be opinionated, that's how reviews usually go, ladies and gentlemen, but personally, I like the New Edge Mustang, okay? The SN95, I'm not a huge fan of. The New Edge though, on the exterior, I think it looks pretty good. Besides the cheap little tacky fake vents, okay, obviously nothing goes in those. The little hockey puck vents on the side, nothing goes in those. Besides those, the body lines and everything, I love how the fenders look. The Terminators, they are the best looking New Edge Mustang, honestly. But New Edge Mustangs, I don't know, I am a fan of. I've been a fan of them for a while. I personally like them more than a stock SN95 Mustang of my generation that I own now, 2005 to 2009. The 13s and 14s are my favorite of all time, but honestly the New Edge is a pretty good looking car. Now, as you guys can tell with my camera shots, I don't really know how to do camera shots, so I'm just taking a bunch of random shots. I hope they are somewhat appealing, but front on, I mean, the getting past the foggy headlights, honestly, the body for this car being an 02, it's really not that bad. Usually by now, at least in SoCal, all of the paint would be like chipping off. I mean, that's a common paint defect of these old New Edge Mustangs, is the paint just absolutely sucks. But I mean, honestly, I'm across the street right there, and it honestly doesn't look that bad. I mean, there are rock chips. It has seen its fair use and stuff like that. Obviously, it is an older car. The wheels are, well, they are disgusting for the most part. I mean, they don't look too bad. They do just look like stock wheels, but they used to be painted, and then when my mom started driving the car, when I got my new Mustang, she wanted to have the paint go back to silver, so I went ahead and just stripped off all of the paint altogether. So there's actually no paint on those wheels right now. That is just the bare metal of how they come, so stripped away completely, except for the little center caps. Those are just primer gray, but the interior is very 2002-ish. I think it's better than what GM had at the time. GM interiors back then were really bad, but it obviously has seen its use. I mean, look at that steering wheel. It looks like someone's been chewing on it for the last 10 years. Under the hood, we do have aftermarket shorty headers on that very underwhelming 3.6 liter V6. Everything else is pretty much stock, just 190 horsepower, really all not that much, but it is a V6, so you can't really expect too much from it. Anyway, let's just dive into driving this thing. Let's get it over with. Let me go get the GoPro and then we'll take it out for a spin. Finally a car that you guys will be able to hear me in. Jesus, every time I'm out driving my car, I feel like I have to scream at the top of my lungs for you guys just to hear me. All right. 2002 Mustang V6. Now this car was my car for a while. I mean, this was my car for like 2 years, so I've had a lot of memories in this car, a lot of experiences. So when I talk about this car, it might not just be from today, it might be from past experiences, where as if I'm doing another review, it'll kind of be more of a first impressions type review. But with this 2002 V6, I mean, it is what it is. It's a 2002 V6, and if you drive it as a 2002 V6, you're fine. If you try to go out and race everyone and their mama because you have a Mustang, then you are going to lose unless you're racing a stock Honda Civic. It is not the fastest car ever. It does have a little bit of giddy up, but by no means is it a full-fledged race car. Now, when I had this car, if you guys saw my earlier videos on my whole like growing up when I used to be a racer and shit like that, I raced the fuck out of it. It wasn't as bad. I didn't put a big wing or anything on it. I put a bunch of temporary stuff that I could easily remove, thank God. But I did race the fuck out of it. I loved driving it. I just had a lot of fun, a lot of good times driving it. But I did race the fuck out of it. Now, thankfully, all of that shit is removed. As you can see, the interior is all stock. I don't have any blue trim or anything going along the side. But performance-wise, I mean, it's a V6 Mustang. You're not hopping in this car and trying to race everyone. If you are, like I said, you're in the wrong car. V6 Mustang is for the guy that wants a Mustang but doesn't want the shitty gas mileage or the performance of having a Mustang. When you have a Mustang, it's a V8, you're gonna get poor gas mileage. It is just part of owning a V8. I mean, my car, my actual car, I get combined 11 or 12 mpg. So if I'm driving street, I'm probably getting 9 or so. If I'm driving highway, maybe 15. So I mean, that's just what happens. Then again, I'm heavily modified, but still, I mean, it's just part of owning a V8. You just usually get poor gas mileage anyway. But driving a V6, if you just drive it as a V6 Mustang, you're not racing anyone, you're just dailying it, it's a good car. It's a solid car. Okay, you got decent looks. Personally, I don't mind the exterior. Yeah, it's a V6, but the V6 and the GT doesn't look all that different. honestly. I mean, you got a bigger fake hood scoop on the front of the GT. You might have a little wing on the back too, dual exhaust. But personally, the new Edge Mustangs, I don't know, they grew on me a lot. When I got this car, I really loved how it looked. The headlights were super clear. I'll throw in some photos. But when I first got this car, I loved it. I mean, I had a whole lot of fun with it. Again, I was a 19-year-old kid. We got cops coming, just making sure there's no crowds around. But when I first got this car, I was a 19-year-old kid. It was pretty much my first car because the car before that I only had it for a month and then I wrecked it. But when I got this car, it really got me into the car scene, and that's, I don't know, that's what it's kind of good for. If you want a car that you just want to test yourself and see if you're into cars, get a V6 Mustang. You're not going to lose. A V6 Mustang, I mean, you're not breaking the bank on gas, you're not breaking the bank on parts, okay? If you own a V6 Mustang, for the most part, if you take care of it, it can be reliable. Now, it is a Ford, so you got to have a toolbox in the back because stuff will break eventually. But I mean, there's V6 Mustangs out there. I was emailing one guy before, and he has a V6 Mustang, 250,000 miles on it. No rebuilds, original trans, original motor, 250,000 miles on it. Now, this one has like 118,000. It's all dusty in here, sorry. Probably should have cleaned it, but 118,000 miles, and it's still solid. We did have to rebuild the trans at one point. When we bought it, the 5th gear was grinding a little bit when we were going into gear, so we had them tear it apart and rebuild it, but shifts like a charm now. I mean, my mom drives it every day, like a block or two, just to get to school or to work. Now, driving experience in a V6 Mustang, if you can get past driving a V6 Mustang, it's not that bad. The suspension really floaty. I mean, if you turn, it's really floaty. It does not feel like a sports car. I don't know what else I would compare it to, but it just feels really floaty. There's a nice S2K right there. Acceleration, maybe I'll get on the highway right here and accelerate from first gear. It's not all that great. I mean, you can have a little bit of fun with it, but you can have just enough fun just for a daily. For a daily, it's a perfect car, perfect daily. But you're not gonna shit your pants driving this car. It's nothing where you're gonna be driving it and really just be surprised or scared by the power that it's putting out. It's not like that. Let me see. We got some traffic. Back, AC back on here. Interior of this car, honestly, when I first got this car, I liked it. It was simple, but it was clean. Like the flowy lines, the panels, they didn't have huge gaps or anything like that. I mean, yeah, there's a seam right here, but it's not a huge gap. You get into some Dodges and stuff, and there's huge ass gaps. I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. When I first got this car, like I said, I was really impressed by the interior. It was really clean. The seats are still holding up really good. I don't think there's any tears in the seats, and this car is an 02, so it's an older car. We got 17 years on this car right here. Now, yeah, you will hear sometimes some noises, not anything crazy, but like when I first had the car, the whole center dash right here would kind of shake a lot. So what I did was I got 2 like nitrile gloves and I kind of just tucked them in there as like a little liner, so there's no vibrations anymore. Now it is completely solid. I mean, I don't hear anything. I just hear the AC. I don't hear anything shaking. You'd be surprised. I mean, I think I hear more shit in my car than this car, and my car is what, 4 years newer than this one. Then again, it is all gutted, but I don't know. This car, just as a daily, it's a decent car. I'm not gonna go and talk shit about it just because it's a V6, because if you buy a V6 and you're not into cars, then it's a fine car. If you buy a V6 and try to race it, then you bought the wrong car. And I think that's just kind of what it comes down to. It just depends on what you're doing with the car. If you just own it, do a couple little things to it, sure, you can have fun with it. But when you get a V6, or when you own a V6, you gotta know that it is not a race car. I mean, again, you can turn anything into a race car, but as is, it's not meant to be a race car. The seats, they lack a little bolstering. I would have liked a little bit more bolstered. When you're going on like an off-ramp and it's, you know, swooping off-ramp, it really does kind of toss you around a little bit. You are really hugging the wall or hugging the other center dash. It's just, the seats are what you would expect in a, you know, touring car, I guess you would call it. I don't know, a daily driver. That's what you would expect. They're not race seats. I'm getting off this highway. This is bad. I could floor right here and we're not gonna speed. That's one thing that's nice about it. You can use the V6's power and you're not gonna break that many laws. Take that how you want it. You can take that as a pro or as a con. You can look at it as, well, that shit must be really slow then. Or you can look at it as, well, that sounds like a lot of fun, like a Miata. It's kind of like a Miata. But Miata, I think, handles a lot better. Because, I mean, I'm turning this thing and, I mean, I'm just getting tossed in my seat. The suspension, a bunch of body roll. It is comfy, but you're not gonna break any track records with this thing. Wow, I have seen that car before. Wow, look at that wing. He's got a wicker bill. I hope you guys can see it. He's got a wicker bill on his wing, which is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, back to the review. Now, if I were to do anything to this car while I'm stopped at the stoplight, if I were to modify this car, what would I do to it personally? The farthest I would go, unless I was absolutely shitting cash, but the farthest I would go is just stiffen up the suspension, lower it a bit, get some nice looking wheels on it, fix up the paint, call it a day. I wouldn't do much more than that, honestly. It doesn't need much more. Not because it's fine as is, but because it's not a race car. I'm not gonna go and throw a big old throttle body on it. I'm not gonna go and tune it. I'm not gonna go and get a full catback exhaust so everyone can hear my V6. But I would stiffen up some things just so driving around it's a little bit more comfy. Because, I mean, it's comfy, but it's just really floaty. Driving this isn't really the, it's not my favorite thing ever. But to get to point A to point B, long road, I mean, it's pretty comfortable. I've taken this car on road trips, you know, couple-hour road trips, 3-hour, 4-hour road trips, and this was back then, and it was comfortable. I didn't have any instances where I wanted to die in it, whereas if I took my car now, I feel like I would want to die in it because I have really aggressive bolstered seats, no tint, loud exhaust the whole time. This thing is just a nice, comfy daily. It's reliable. And again, that's just what I think it was for. I don't think this car was meant to be a race car. I don't think, you know, those people that say the V6s are better around the track than the GTs, or like for sure the Camaro fanboys, they always say that shit. Oh, I got the V6 Mustang because on a track it's better. When in reality, you're never gonna take that car to the track because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I love when they say that. V6 is better on the track. I don't know, Chief. I mean, I guess if you just only drive it at the track, maybe. But I think anyone with a common sense would prefer the V8 over the little lousy V6. And if you wanted a track car, then get the SS1LE or the ZL1LE. Because there's no way in fuck that a V6 is going to beat that stock for stock. The SS1LE is an absolute beast, and the ZL1LE is an absolute beast, but that's a different tangent, that's a different video. Overall though, I could literally probably drive this car for hours. It is really easy to drive. If you're trying to learn stick, V6 Mustang is really easy. The clutch is really, really smooth. It's not heavy at all. Shifting is really nice too. It's really crisp. Actually, I feel like this transmission is better than the stock transmission that was in my GT. In this transmission, I don't think I ever really missed a gear. In my stock the stock transmission, the TR3650 that comes with the 06 GT, I would always miss gears in that bitch. That thing was so fucking, it was a headache. I don't know. Now that I have the T56 in there, it's really nice. But honestly, I could drive this car blindfolded. It is super easy. It's really smooth. It's really easy. It's not gonna beat you up for messing up. It's a really nice car. So the person that I would think would buy a V6 Mustang, wrapping this up, would just be the person maybe either that wants a daily, wants to get kind of into the car community, see what they like, or just has no idea what they're doing. Those are the three. I don't think any dedicated race car driver would buy a V6 Mustang as a race car. If you've ever driven a V6 Mustang, I mean, look, watch this. I mean, that's full throttle. I'm not gonna rev it out all the way, but I mean, we were in the power band and I went up to 40. I held it down full throttle and we got to 40. I redlined, what is that, a cup? Oh, I redlined first gear damn near, and second gear again. I'm next to a school. I'm not going to speed. I just went to the speed limit. But I mean, it's not a race car. It really isn't a race car. So I don't think a dedicated race car driver would buy it. But I mean, if you just want a car to daily, if you want to learn stick, or you just want to get a car that's, you know, if you're going to see if you like cars, this wouldn't be a bad car. This is the best of both worlds. It's a little bit of fun and a lot of just daily driving. That's what I would recommend it for. It's decent on gas. I think this car gets about 200, maybe 220 miles per tank, which is pretty good. Performance though, not a race car. Not a race car. I don't care how much you guys say that your V6 will beat whatever. This isn't meant to be a race car. You can turn anything to a race car. I could throw a turbo on this bitch and I'll go gap some new 5.0s maybe that are stock and don't know how to drive, but this is not a race car. It's just not a race car. It's just a daily. And that is what I think it is for. Anyway, overall though, not a bad car. It is a V6, so you gotta live with that. But if you are deciding between a V6 and a GT, just get the GT. Don't get the V6. It is not a bad car, but you will have V6 driver syndrome, and you will hate it, because that's what I had when I had this car, and that's why I wanted a bigger engine, and that's why I went with the GT eventually. But you will have V6 driver syndrome. Once you get used to this car, you're gonna want more, and there's just not a whole lot you can do to this car really. Whereas if you had a GT, you can do a lot to that. So if you're debating V6 or GT, just go GT. It's probably the best idea you could ever do. But if you're just looking for a daily driver and you see a V6 Mustang and you wonder how they are, it's a good car. It's a good car. Comfy, very reliable for the most part. Cheap parts if something breaks. Easy to work on. It's a nice car. Would recommend it. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to head home right now. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. Just a little quick review on the 2002 V6 Mustang. Like I said, I've had a lot of experience in this car. I don't hate this car. I like this car. It'd be a perfect daily if I had a daily. So maybe, we'll see. Maybe I'll make it my daily. But overall though, I do like the car. But like I've said 1,000 times in this video, not a race car. Subscribe to join the flock. Until next video, peace.